They call it the roof of the world, and truly in its grasp, you are lifted to one of your own. It is impossible to resist the charm of the Himalayas and the beauty of everything they hold. Ladakh is one of 3 districts of the state of Jammu and Kashmir and covers 69% of the total area. It is surrounded by the soaring Himalayas of the Tibetan Plateau and sits at a base elevation of about 11,000 feet. Its ever-changing landscape is truly a sight to behold. It is home to several major mountain ranges, passes, monasteries, lakes, rivers, and streams which flow down from the Himalayas, and numerous species of birds and animals. It is a cold desert and is known for its extreme temperatures and landforms, which have shaped the customs and culture of its people. To combat the cold of the land, the warmth of the people shines through and has been documented by travelers since the early 19th century. Many of its inhabitants are Tibetan refugees, but mix in with utmost ease given the many similarities they share with locals. These similarities include religion, food, traditions, and their written scripts. Since their long journey to the valleys of India, several places like Ladakh have embraced everything they brought along. The jagged mountains and dry plateaus make it near impossible to grow food, but through their detailed knowledge and ingenious use of scarce resources, the Ladakhi people have succeeded in providing for all their basic needs. In most villages, a large portion of land is cultivated, yielding barley, wheat, and some vegetables, and dried fruit and nuts. These are used either for personal consumption or sold in markets. Favorites of the Ladakhi cuisine are thukpa, a vegetable and noodle soup, and momos, a dish loved by many across the world. Ladakhi culture, like most cultures, is heavily influenced by the land on which it grew and blossomed. It was preserved by its geographic isolation until 1960, when the Indian government built a road from the Kashmir Valley to Ladakh, which has resulted in an increased influx of tourists. The many stunning tourist destinations of Ladakh include Pangong Lake. Its blue brilliance and sparkle hypnotizing all who see it. 150 kilometers long, only about 30% of it lies in India, while the rest of it rests in China. Monasteries. Beautiful structures located on hillocks outside villages are places of worship, isolated meditation, and religious instruction for the young. Hemis Monastery was founded almost 500 years ago. It is the largest monastic institution in Ladakh. It has more than 200 branches in the Himalayas and more than 1,000 monks under its care. There, these beautiful women were kind enough to sing their work song for the camera, which they continued to sing as they carried logs deep into the monastery. Tikse Monastery is 200 years older than Hemis and has carefully preserved the beautiful paintings on its walls for 700 years. Shea Palace was the ancient capital of Upper Ladakh, used as a summer residence by kings. A short walk takes you to the ruins of the older part of the palace, placed strategically commanding a complete view of the valley surrounding it. Leh Palace can be seen from everywhere in the valley, and it overlooks the entire town. It was modelled on the Potala Palace in Lhasa, Tibet. Built in the 17th century, it served as the royal residence of the king. Ladakh is one of the safest, most beautiful, culturally richest places in the world. Wonderful to say hello to, difficult to say goodbye to.